There we go. Now you should be able to hear me. Awesome. Because I'm nothing if not professional. There we go. But thank you everyone for keeping me in check when it comes to keeping my microphone muted or not. So it's just me today. My name is Erik. There's no Natasha here because she is in Sweden right now for Nordic Game, which is a Nordic Game conference where we're trying to meet with people, recruit them, all kinds of stuff. So it is just me starting off, deal with it. However, Nicole, the lovely Nicole Veo, is in chat taking care of business there, and then someone else will be joining us later on. As is tradition in the on the Thursday streams, we are streaming either something that we're working on right here in Oslo or a game that's coming out very, very soon. And as you may have seen in all the little pop-ups and stuff that come up when we're streaming, today we're streaming some, we're going to be talking about Conan Unconquered. And as we mentioned in on Twitter and on social media, we are going to do a dev Q&A with someone from Petroglyph. We're going to be joined by him a little later. But first a little bit of upkeep, I guess you can call it, some stuff that we need to mention. So there's a week left until we release Conan Unconquered, and we're very, very excited about what people are going to think about it once it's been released out into the wild. Game is still set for launch on May 30th. And if you're interested in playing the game, then you can obviously pre-order it on Steam, or you can pre-order it in a lot of other places if you want to do that. And you can pre-order either the regular version or the deluxe edition, which comes with a bunch of extra goodies if that is your choice. So yeah, shout out to everyone watching on Twitch, shout out to everyone watching on YouTube, on Mixer, on I think we're on Periscope today too as well. Yes, we're absolutely on Periscope. And then also shout out to people watching us on Steam, which I think is a really cool, neat little new feature. So yeah, at the end of the stream, we're gonna announce something that I think is really, really cool. That's gonna go up on our social channels a bit later, and so you should definitely stick around for that. And as we go, we're going to do some giveaways over on our Twitch channel as well. Unfortunately, we can only do giveaways on Twitch right now due to multiple reasons, technical reasons that I'm not going to get into right now. But we're working on ways of getting like giveaways on multiple platforms. Having said that, I think I'm done with everything. So I'm going to click, let's see, these two buttons, and hopefully you'll be able to hear our special guest if our special guest can introduce themselves.
Oh, you can see me now? Hi.
Yes, I can see you now.
Picking my nose. My name is Renato. I'm a designer here at Petroglyph Games in Las Vegas, Nevada. It's the morning, so thank you for that.
It's very early in the morning for you, isn't it? It's like 8 in the morning for you.
I would be sleeping right now, but yeah.
Yeah, and I remember last week we had Biffy from Petroglyph in chat on Twitch. Yep. And he mentioned that being live in the chat would be a bit too early for you. So I'm very proud of you for getting up at this hour.
I showered. It's fine. This is fine. I cleansed.
So how are you doing? How are you guys doing? Excited about the release and everything?
It's like any delivery. As an expectant parent, you're just hoping that it goes to a good school and that the kids don't beat it up and that it just comes out healthy. No, but we're super busy over here, just trying to get those last minute things, trying to just, for those that kind of saw us play over there in London, right? There's been tons of improvements that we poured into the product.
Yeah.
And we're just, just keep polishing that guy. You gotta give it some good first impressions.
Absolutely. Shout out from Nicole, who says that she likes her pin. I forgot my pin. Unfortunately, I forgot my Conan pin, which I would have worn right here on my rainbow sweater. But
all that effort, all that teamwork.
Yeah, you even gave it to me, and then sorry.
And there we are.
Sorry. But it's it's been what a year of development for you guys, I think.
Yes, basically it went from GDC 2018 to now, so it's been roughly a year. It's been a pretty quick turnaround.
How's that been for you guys? Is this the kind of like time schedule that you're used to following, or is this more like a rapid thing for you guys?
I feel like this has been more of a rapid thing. I guess the big thing was that we could leverage our tech. We mainly focus on RTSs, and our proprietary stuff is all focused on that. So part of the quick turnaround was that we kind of already had the engine already heading in this direction, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So and you know, our senior designers and our engineers are pretty good. So like it was basically one of those things where like, oh, we want to have random maps. Okay, that's going to be the biggest ticket, right? But everything else from like how units should work and the pathing and all that stuff, that was kind of already in, and it was just kind of like making it tailor fitting it to the idea.
Right. Yeah.
So.
For those of you watching who might not know, Conan Unconquered is a survival RTS, which means that you will have to be you'll balance your resources, your different kinds of the different kinds of resources that you have access to, while you're defending your stronghold against like hordes of enemies that will come towards you little by little as you play the game. We might have time to jump in later to explain some of the mechanics. Right now we're going to be talking a bit to Renato some more. Yeah, and people in chat are asking if you're in your pajamas right now.
I know. Well, no, that's one of that's our GUI guy, and he's being a jerk. But no, it's not a pajama. Look, I cleaned up. I wore I don't know what it's called, a shawl collar. Okay.
Is it like a yeah? Okay.
Like I just want to be fancy for once. Okay, I couldn't wear my robes and my Ninja Turtle snuggie.
It's a cardigan, says ASMR Escape.
Yeah, fine.
Exactly, it's a cardigan. It's a cardigan. But yeah, how did you get into this stuff? Like, how long have you been at Petroglyph?
I want to say it's been kind of like 10 years now at Petroglyph. Now, of course, Petroglyph has like that pedigree, right? Like a lot of the Westwood guys that stayed in Las Vegas, they said, you know, we're going to start our own studio, and that's what Petroglyph was born from. Right. I came around 2008 or 9, I believe, and I started here as a production assistant. So Vegas doesn't have tons of game studios. So this was kind of just like my jumping off point since I went to school here for it. And then, yeah, I basically interviewed for a production assistant position. The interview was horrible, though, let me tell you. Well, no, right? Because you go in with all these dreams and like, oh, these people are going to be really cool. You know, they're going to, like, you have these thoughts of how the game industry is. And then you meet them and they're just like normal people. And like, you're excited about the product and you're all nervous, right? And they're like, yeah, it's a product. Right, and you're like, oh, okay, where's the interview of my life? Right?
Yeah.
But I got the call, and then from then on, it was just like, you know, you start at the bottom, building actual chairs, and then start at the other bottom, building digital chairs. So
it's all about working your way up towards it.
Yeah, and at a certain point, like since we use our own proprietary stuff. Like, you know, at school, you learn to use like things like Unity and things like that. Well, not Unity. At the time, it was just like the Epic engine or Unreal Engine or what have you, right? And then you come here and then it's like, oh, I have to use the proprietary stuff. So working my way up kind of worked because I was able to just kind of use all the tools ahead of time and test them out and eventually just kind of learned them enough so that I was, you know, given a chance.
Yeah, it sounds neat. And now you're... Is it just games designer, or is it senior designer, or?
No, it's just games designer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So if people have questions, just feel free to shout them out in the chat, either in the Twitch chat or YouTube chat or Mixer or Periscope or whatever you're watching. We've gotten a couple of questions already. Someone asked, how varied are the levels in the game in terms of level design? I guess so. We've talked about this in some of the behind-the-scenes video that we posted, and that the maps are all randomly generated. So could you like elaborate a bit on that and tell people how that works?
Okay. So let's see. So this is kind of like the first time that we ever tried anything like that in our engine, and that was kind of a big challenge because generally the idea is, okay, how do we build a proper 3D space for the player to play with, you know, all these tiny little tiles. And a lot of it, now, okay, when it comes down to map variety, well, first of all, we have the desert biome, right? And from that, we had to develop tons of tiles that included, mountains. There's mountain, water, and plateaus. Those are like our big features that require you to either, that will block passability and stuff. So from there, it was just kind of our engineers were, our engineer, right, worked extremely hard to try to get this thing to like assemble itself each time, and to minimize the loading times, and giving us all the settings so that we could actually adjust the resources on the map properly, right? Because that was a big thing. Like once we actually got the map to assemble itself, it still wasn't very fun, right? Like there was all these settings that we had to tweak, and all this time that we had to spend just kind of playing it.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out, how much wood was too much or not enough, and then that led to like spreadsheets and graphs, and then us coming up with like the idea of like, okay, when the map's generated, we're gonna basically think of concentric circles around the HQ, and those are going to be filled with X amount of resources, right? And then from there, it was just kind of like just constantly play testing, fixing things like seams.
Yeah.
You cannot believe, and then like if you save one of these brushes wrong, like all of a sudden you end up with water in a mountain, and it looks awful. Like there was a lot of that. But yeah, I mean, did I even answer the question?
I feel like you did, because like because when people hear the words randomly generated maps, they think that you're just sort of throwing stuff at the wall, seeing what sticks. But there is a level of design there. Like you're going in and you're tweaking settings to make sure that things actually work as intended. It's not like it's just garbled weirdness everywhere. Like
no, if you had like true random, that would be. Here's the problem, right? Like people are just, but even now, people are just gonna launch a map and they're probably gonna keep restarting it, right? Sure. Now imagine if there was no thought into how random these things were, right?
Yeah.
Like it would just be an awful mess. But yeah, there was a lot of thought into a lot of the ways these in distance that these brushes are placed. Right. Also, too, like we have all these sliders, right? Like whenever you create a custom map, not only is it random, but the player also has the ability to control like the terrain density, the amount of resources on the map, the amount of creeps on the map. Aside from just how many waves you're going to play. And that basically demanded that we needed to set some rules in order to give you sliders, right? Yeah.
So these slider settings, I guess that dovetails neatly into talking about the different difficulties, because that was also a question that popped up in the chat. Mm-hmm. How do you make the game harder? How do you make the game easier? Is it just like a simple difficulty slider, or is it other things?
So okay, so the main things are you going to go to your sliders. Now the sliders have, I believe, like 4 different settings. Let's see, yeah, roughly, yeah. So they have like 4 different settings. So for example, there's one that just deals with the terrain density. And what that means, for example, is that on a normal map, we try to make sure that each time the maps were assembled, you had like a nice balance between mazy and a nice open space, right? However, if you want to make things a little bit more easier for beginning players, right, you take that slider all the way down, and now the map is going to basically limit the amount of open space, but actually make everything more mazy, right? And that generally feels a little bit better for beginning players because you have a lot more bottlenecks to kind of like secure. And that, in theory, makes the game easier, right? Same with resources. The slider allows you to put more on the map, less on the map, as well as creeps. Now, creeps are these creatures that are already on the map. So in our game, right, you're going to be attacked on all sides by incoming waves, right? Like that's the main big bad, right? However, the environment is also kind of something that you have to manage because there's going to be creeps, which are, you'll have spiders, scorpions, nomad bandits just standing around, and you're going to have to fight them for space. So you can increase that slider up to make things a little bit more difficult for you, right? And then of course the trade-off for all these things. So you have map, resources, creeps. The trade-off is that you get a better score. The harder you make things on yourself. Yeah, there you go. the more score you're going to get. And of course, this is aside from survival. So when it comes to survival, right, you kind of have to understand that you're probably going to lose, right? That's kind of a thing. But that's why you have a score, right? So the harder you make it on yourself, the bigger the score, and that's what you would brag.
Yeah.
You know, that's how you know that you did well, or that's what you brag about. Yeah.
As Super Biffy points out in Twitch chat, that something they noticed in development was that a tighter map is easier for inexperienced players, since it's easier to close off choke points, but more experienced players like the trade-off for more building space if they choose like a bigger map, essentially.
Yeah, and that's definitely and that's something that we thought about, and then we noticed, and we're like, right. And for the record, like Super Biffy he's like one of our he's also a designer on the project, and he's like the most super aggressive player you've ever seen. Like,
yeah,
I am amazed. I play like a scrub. Like, if we're at Petro and there's a leaderboard, I am the bot. I am the base of the ladder, right? Biffy is like the bottom base. He's like the upper echelon.
I think.
And she's the top enchilada when it comes to like just being obscene about how he resources and manages, and like actually having like almost like a 0 golden tick. So he's good.
Severed Nerve asks, is it only going to be desert levels?
For launch, I believe that's the idea.
Yeah.
I guess we'll see how the game does, and then we'll see about potentially adding more things. But for right now, it's just the desert level. Now, the desert, the reason why it's a desert level is because the game is based on Black Colossus, and that takes place in a desert environment, right? So our choice for a tile set kind of matches with the sprinkle of story that we kind of have added to the game.
There's a lore and a backstory to this, and
there's a comic.
Yes, I was gonna get into that, because no matter which version of the game that you buy, you get access to a digital comic book version of the original Black Colossus story, and you unlock. So we can talk a bit about this later on, but in Conan Unconquered, there's the Unconquered mode, which is just the waves coming toward you, and there's also there are 5 scenarios. Yes, thank you. That you play through in order to learn the game, and as you play through these scenarios, that's how you unlock more chapters of the story. So if you're then interested in learning like what the Black Colossus is actually about, then you'll have to play through the scenarios, and then eventually you get the entire comic book.
Yeah. And this is kind of the interesting thing. I think we also have aside from the comic book, there's also like a short story that was included. I don't know if that's part of just the deluxe.
But I'm going to have to check up on that, but I think maybe.
The only reason I know about it is because we implemented, right? Like, Black Bag had to create a whole GUI for it's actually text, and I was like, really?
Yeah, the Conan Unconquered ebook is in the deluxe edition. That's like a short story that's been, written by someone named Scott Oden.
Yes.
So I think that'll be. I think people will enjoy that. I think it's a really cool story. At least I think it is. Let's see, what else have people.
Are we gonna talk about the nudity slider and lack thereof?
I mean, that did come up before the stream started. Like, if there is a nudity slider, and the answer to that is no, there isn't.
No, it wouldn't make sense, right? Like, you would turn the slider to full, and then you just have like a walking
nothing
censored
screen,
basically, because you're zoomed way out, and it's just it just didn't fit at this point.
And let's see, Jay Wokesy asks, is there any chance that players can edit or add mods to the game, changing models and such?
At this time, we have no mod support for that. For the most part, this is probably one of, on the Petroglyph side, this is probably one of our lightest products when it comes to like modifications you can make. So yeah, for the most part, I think the thing that you're able to do is just give out challenge links. But as of now, there is no plans for any sort of mods that you could add to this.
All right. That is absolutely fine. I think maybe we can. So we have a co-op game running in the background that we're going to jump into.
Oh, sweet.
But before we do that, I'm gonna, let's see, where's my window? There's my window. I need to look over here for a bit, so sorry for everyone just seeing the side of my face. And I need to double check to see if I actually have, if I have the okay to do this. All right, yes, I actually have the okay to do this. Awesome, fantastic. All right, I'm gonna turn the screen a bit, and then so I'm gonna open up a giveaway for a Conan Unconquered key, because that will be given away at launch. And so this is for everyone in Twitch chat. Type !raffle in Twitch chat to join. And then once launch rolls around, those are some weird words, we will send a key your way. And I think Nicole is also in chat, can help out with that. So that's going to run for about 5 minutes. So if you're in Twitch chat, just type !raffle in the Twitch chat, and then we'll start the game running. Let's see if I can find another question in the meantime. Will further updates introduce new enemy units, or will DLCs only have new units? I think for now it's a bit too early to talk about, extra updates and DLC stuff and all that kind of things. I know the thing to always have ready when you're launching a game is to here's our 4-month plan for everything. But right now it's a bit too early. We want to launch the game, we'll see how it does, and then we'll talk about it later.
Yeah.
Here's a good one from Woxie again. Does the day-night cycle affect the gameplay? What is the Sandstorm? Does the Sandstorm wreck your base?
All right. So the day-night cycle was something that we added. Okay, so the day and night cycle was born of the Sandstorm. So the original intent for the Sandstorm was to kind of provide, a nice, really cool set piece, like that the weather changes, and what's it called? Then there's going to be this giant twister that just kind of roams the map. Now, originally, early on, we actually had the twister cause damage, and it was supposed to be this really cool event. Right? But then after playing it ourselves and actually seeing it live, we're like, wow, it sucks that you can't do anything against this twister, right? There was no way that the player could be active against it. So then we kind of changed it up, and we're like, oh, what if it was a way to kind of reward the player for making it that far, right? So the way that the Sandstorm works is that you are going to be penalized by your units and objects view is going to be taken down a little bit. But then the twister that rolls around the map, instead of causing damage and stuff, it will actually unearth chests that provide resources, right? So it became kind of like a little nice pinata of sorts, right?
It's both a hindrance and a help to you, sort of.
Exactly. And then from that, we kind of got the day-night cycle. That's something that we've been kind of planning for. It was just one of those things where now the way that the night cycle, it just provides different. It's just an aesthetic. It also gives you kind of a concept of just time passing, right? Because you are basically trying to survive an assault, right? And day and night will pass, and it was just something cool that we thought, we wanted to add.
So if you're just joining us, because some people do come in late, we are discussing a game called Conan Unconquered, which is a survival RTS, and I think I'm gonna push this button now, which will jump us into the game. So I hope you have the game rolling in front of you, Renato.
I have it right here.
And I realized now that I have to remove, let's see, what do I have to remove? I have to remove this, and I have to remove, excuse me, on air, just setting things up. There we go. So, let's see. I'm going to move that over there, and then we're going to jump into the game. Oh, you've already started, you sneak.
I did. So, well, it's during time suspended, which is something that we have. You could place down structures. So I did.
So, the basic gist of the game is that it is a survival RTS. You defend your HQ, and then you construct various buildings. So initially, you'll see waves of enemies coming toward you up here, and you will initially start to establish an economy, start to get some gold going, start to get some etc. going. So let's see. Here is an
Toward the
interesting
enemy.
question. Why were waves visualized as waves in the top bar? This is not a pirate game, even though you play with Valeria.
For battle.
Hovel complete.
I think that answered itself, didn't it? Because of Valeria, she brings that pirate aesthetic that we all know and love. No, that's just well, I guess the idea is that I don't know if it makes sense in English, but we use the term waves, right?
Right.
So it
Yeah.
kind of became like, okay, what would convey that without any more words?
What are you waiting for?
Right. It's just an aesthetic choice at this point. I think we used to have like just little red arrows that used to go to the left, but it wasn't
Right.
as noticeable.
On the prowl.
So it was just one of those things like, okay, how do we make it pop?
Moving.
And if you guys know your like Conan lore, right? Like this game, this age exists before those times. So I don't know. Maybe you could say that we influenced Greeks and Romans. I don't know, which is a lie, but there you are.
Yeah, I think. I don't think you can hang with that one.
We can't hang with them. Fine.
All right, I'm
We
gonna
did
pause.
it because it looked pretty.
Yeah,
Pause
okay.
it.
I'm gonna pause the game real quick because I'm gonna draw a winner of the giveaway that we did, which
Winner.
has just run out. So I'm gonna click this button right here, and the winner is Super Hyper Mega Noob, and I'm gonna click this button again.
Congratulations! Congratulations!
Winner.
And Nicole will reach out to you on Twitch to get all your details down, and then come on to and say thank you for Conan Unconquered.
Thank you, Nicole.
And we're gonna run another giveaway towards the end of the stream as well. But for now, I think we're gonna play some more. So Wokesy actually asked another question about how combat works. Is it just rock paper scissors, or are they units with special abilities?
You hesitate.
Well, in general, there is a rock paper scissors mechanic, right? Like melee. If you hover over a unit, you can kind of see that, range unit is greater than a melee unit, which is greater than a cavalry, right?
Yes.
So in essence, you will be able to build things that are going to be better than other things, right? Now, when it comes to the heroes, they also fall under that rule set. However, they do have special abilities. So, for example, all heroes have one special ability that is unlocked when they reach veterancy level 1.
Yep, you can see that in the bottom corner here underneath Conan's portrait. There's a bar going up slowly as I'm killing the scorpions right now.
Okay, and I'm gonna take the north, and you'll take the south. Yes.
Yes.
They were weak.
And so if you, yeah, because I'm not covering up a lot of things. I just need to move this logo. Here. So the map down here in the lower left-hand corner, you'll be able to see where I'm watching, and you'll also be able to see where Ren is watching, because there's like a green. So I'm the blue square, and he's the green square. So if I go on up here, I can see what he's doing if I want to, and then he can see what I'm doing. So we always have like visual indicators of where we are, essentially.
Units poisoned.
Yeah, that was something that co-op is kind of one of our big things for Conan Unconquered. Like, if you had to ask what makes us different is these co-op games. Now, in these co-op games, basically all the resources are shared.
Yes.
So when I build a hovel, it benefits both of us, and it gets distributed amongst each other. And then from there, we both have our own individual banks, so that we can kind of spend. Now, the only thing that we don't control, right, is our armies, and that's kind of takes back to what Jens was saying about being able to. What do you got? You need to come back and kill?
Yeah, I need to. My Conan is kind of hurt.
Oh, he's got to roll his ankle at the last minute.
Let's see. Someone asked if we were doing any sort of Exiles tie-in, and for the time being, it is just going to be like it is. For the time being, no, but maybe at some point in the future, we will see how that goes. Essentially,
What are we gonna do? Hats, dude? We're gonna do tiny baby hats.
Conan hats.
Yeah. Check out my loincloth. Alright, I'm taking up here.
Are you good? You don't need help?
Fine. Valeria, that's one of the things too. Well, looks like you're getting people. If they destroy my neighborhood, I swear to goodness.
No, I'm taking him down. I'm taking him down.
Now, no, heroes are generally pretty strong. They're strong enough unit that they could survive, wave 1, 2, or 3, roughly,
Yeah.
for the most part on their own, which is kind of wow. You are Come on. Come on.
What? They're not gonna destroy
They're
anything.
not destroyed, just the baby's disturbed. And the pram's on the floor. Thanks.
Yeah.
All right. I don't need to hear lamentations from my people.
There's not gonna be any lamentations.
Uh,
Okay, I'm gonna do some research.
Food supply.
all right, you start doing some research on how
Should
to
we
swing.
take down? There's a bunch of scorpions down here. I want to take them out.
Do it. I'm gonna actually go after the guardian since.
Already?
Oh yeah, I mean that's kind of the thing, right? I not only do I want the experience. Now, experience only comes when you kill a thing,
Yeah.
but I figure that the Infernal Lord is something that I could kind of chip away at his health. And the reason that I want to kill him is because he'll give me another ability, right?
Sure,
So
yeah.
aside from having my main ability that unlocks at Veterancy 1, I'll be able to have a random extra ability. So I kind of want that. And he's got this sweet, it's called Eye of Nagarth. And it basically does what your sword swing does.
Constructing.
Oh my god, I found a different one. Okay.
Okay, I think I'm gonna come help you out.
I think I found all of them. It's okay.
Okay, so each hero unit has their own abilities. So like Conan has a big swing with a sword. Valeria does a lot of Valeria's really quick. I think the thing is.
She kind of ends up just going all berserker and just swinging that. And when she hits, I think there's like a little bit of an area of effect.
Yeah.
So like she'll start hitting multiple units while she's targeting us one. So it's pretty. Oh god, it's pretty neat.
Do you need help? I think you need
Well,
help.
I found the stupid custodian, and the custodian is a little bit tougher. That's not what I signed up for. I signed up for a
Research complete.
fat guy with a leather
Oh,
floating.
you're with the Infernal Lord.
Yeah, he's easy peasy, friend. All right. Anyway, let's. I'm gonna keep adding some hunter shacks because I want the food. Oh, you did the research already. Nice.
Yeah, I'm already doing the research.
Okay, I'm gonna do the research for light defenses.
Light
Okay.
defenses research.
So that's kind of another thing too, and I don't know if you hit upon it on in your last stream, but like once Jens built the Craftsman Guild, I'm able to do research out of it, and then the research is shared.
Constructing.
So that's something that kind of allows us to split
Units
the roles. Like you could
poisoned.
technically have someone that's like gonna manage the base, and another person. That's gonna, you gotta go back.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna follow after you.
Yeah, let's.
Sorry, I'm like kiting all these enemies now. My bad.
Great, we're gonna have.
Let's see. The main goal of the game is to survive all games like in their billions. Yes, essentially, that is the main goal of the Unconquered mode, and then there are the scenarios which will teach you how to play the game and the different mechanics.
Yes, sir.
That is the general gist of it. So we need some. I think we need some food. So I'm gonna build a farm.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, you build the farm because I don't want to. I want some more hobbles so we have money to pay for its upkeep.
Sure.
So go ahead and build it. I'm not gonna build it. All right. Well. All right. Cool.
Hey, Edgy Gaming asks if the game has a French version. I do. Let's see. You'll be able to find that information on the Steam store. Luckily, I have it open right now. Yes, there are plans for a French interface and French subtitles. So
Yes.
that will absolutely.
Why do we wait?
Let's see. What
Light
else. Yeah,
defense
and
is
people asked
complete.
about zoom. You can zoom in like all the way here, and then this is as far as out as it goes right
Farm
now.
complete.
I think you mentioned
Attack
at one
wave
point,
gathering.
at least in our conversation, where if you zoomed out a lot more, then things would be a bit like it would mess up the frame rate a little bit.
We do have. Okay, so if you hit the options and actually bring it up, there's actually you could zoom out further. This
Yeah.
is however, the cost there is it depends. At that point, it depends on your rig. Right. I would show it off, but my machine would probably not be able to handle it very well. But yes, you are able to zoom out further than what we're playing right now.
All right.
That is definitely planned and it's there. But again, it just depends on what machine you got.
Constructing.
All right. Yes, fly hacks. There is sort of a campaign. We call them scenarios. So there are 5 scenarios which will teach you how to play the game, and that will also like take you through like the general gist of the Black Colossus story, which this game is based on.
Training.
See, that's why I wouldn't call it a campaign, right? Because
Well,
you
yeah,
say
yeah.
campaign, I'm thinking like, oh my god, there's gonna be like animations and cutscenes. Like it's like no. These are training missions or scenarios, right? That will just take you through.
Let's see, I'm gonna build a
Constructing.
battle standard there so I can build some more
Training complete.
walls.
Okay, we're gonna need some wood. Are you gonna start upgrading your hovels into dwellings? I think we could support it. I mean, we're gonna need more wood.
We are gonna need more wood, so let's build some more wood places.
Okay,
I'm
deal.
gonna build
Spiders
more.
are coming too. The spiders are coming.
Yeah, the spiders are coming.
Very well.
All right, I have a couple of javelin soldiers and a swordsman, so I'm gonna bunch all my
Training
people up.
complete.
All right, I'm gonna chill just Valeria. I think we're good. I want to see if I can do wall us
there are
in.
questions here. Doo-doo. So
Especially in the
Vinny
wall.
Strife asks if
Attack
this is the
wave
standard
approaching.
speed because they feel like it looks a bit sluggish.
This is the standard speed. Now,
Lumber camp complete.
things that kind of fell off, not fell off. You know how when you get to the end of a project and there's things that you wanted to try, there is talk of
Constructing.
potentially doing some things. Like one of the ideas that we kind of tossed around that we didn't get to implement was the ability to like just you get extra points for just saying, okay, just start the wave, don't care, you know.
Right,
like,
yeah,
you know, have
you
it
just-
be-
Enemy.
Yeah, click
Yeah.
like, engage and then it goes.
Exactly. And then the other idea that we also played around with was something I think
Spiders.
is what, you got this.
Yeah, I got it.
The other idea is kind of like what I think he's referring to, or he or she is referring to, where you would actually have like a modifier that would just allow you to speed up time. That's also something that we've discussed, but we just have not implemented.
All right.
But yes, this is the rate that'll not explode the game.
Battle standard under attack.
Yeah, let's see. Deadly Optics points out that speeding up the game is probably not a good idea. Seanbird, yes, this is absolutely multiplayer. This is the co-op mode.
Lumber
There's also another form of multiplayer where you can challenge your friends to play through the scenarios that you have just played through, and we can talk a bit about that after we've taken down this attack wave of spiders.
Lumber camp under attack.
Yeah, how are you doing down there?
Hunter ship.
I did your hovel.
Oh, my Hunter Shack is in trouble.
That's our Hunter Shack, friendo.
Our
See?
Hunter Shack. Your Hunter Shack, technically.
You never respect our things, man.
Under attack.
So the thing about the spiders is that they can make their way over mountains, which can be dangerous.
Kind of a jerk move, but all right.
And kind of a jerk move, yeah. Let's see, we need more research. I'm gonna do scholar training,
research
so maybe we can
started.
get some sorcerers in here.
Okay. Oh, then we're gonna need to actually get 2 mines in order to do that.
Oh, whoops.
No, it's fine. I mean, it's doable and it'll give us some benefit, but we're gonna need a star medal.
Okay.
You want to get to sorcerer.
I actually have star metal because I picked that up someplace.
Yeah, but we need like
Dwelling
continuous.
complete.
Now, what I mean by okay, so yes, you could walk around and you can pick it up, right? But we need to be able to generate it, and that's what the little timer at the bottom is. It's basically we call that a tick, right? And then when that fills entirely, you'll get awarded all the income that's basically all the way on the right hand side. Like those numbers will be added to your bank, basically. But that does require us to actually get to the point where we could actually mine star metal.
Right.
Training complete.
So, Vinny Strife
Training
asked if we can
javelin
explain a bit about the UI, so I'm just going to pause it again if you don't mind.
Do it.
So, it might seem like there's a lot to take in, but it's actually fairly simple. So up here is your, it lists the incoming attack waves. So right now it tells us that we have cleared 2 waves out of a possible 10. The next wave, wave 3, are 50 Nomad Spearmen and then 4 Stygian Necromancers. And you can see the other upcoming waves right here. Click this button, you will move the camera to your fortress. This is your map, of course. This is your hero unit. This is your hero unit's skills, which they gain through veterancy by leveling up. And this is your build menu, your training menu if you're able to train soldiers, and then your research menu if you're able to do research. Here's your selected army. This shows you, let's just let you pause and unpause the game. And over here you have your resources. So these 4 up top here, they are flat, which means that if they start to run out, then I will need to build a special kind of building that will give them back to me. And all of these will regenerate after a certain amount of time. So that's gold, wood, stone, animals, iron, and star metal. And so resources are both shared and not. So if I build a hunter shack to get more food, both of us get food, but my food amount is different from Renato's, for example.
Exactly.
And like you can see right here that once I switch between these two, Renato has way more gold than I do, but we regenerate gold at the same frequency. So once this ticks around, we both get 135 gold, for example.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
are you waiting
So we
then-
are together, but we could spend independently.
Yes, exactly.
Constructing.
I need to heal up some of my dudes. Joel is unfortunately busy on some other stuff right now,
Training
but
complete.
he is still at Funcom. He is still plugging
Battle
away
standard
at some of the things that
complete.
Joel does.
All right, I'm gonna
Attack
get
wave
myself
gathering.
a training grounds.
moving?
What am I trying to do? I'm trying to do something. I don't know.
Scholar
What
training research complete.
Trying to survive. Nah, what are you trying to do?
I feel like I need stone.
We do need to get stone, especially if we want to move into the next tier of research.
Yes.
That's going to mean building the engineer guild, and that is going to require an upkeep of stone. I do believe. I am going to go try to punch the Infernal Lord in the gizzard because I'm a
Let's
pirate.
see. One more.
I am ready.
This is
I'm
necromancer.
gonna help you out with some people.
Well, the waves. Okay, some people. Gotcha. Because the wave's about to come, and they're going to come from the left.
Constructing.
Yeah.
So-
Okay. Never mind. I'm gonna send
Very
my dudes
well.
over
Like I'm being reckless because
because that's your thing.
Yeah, I'm a pirate, bro.
All right. Let's see how we're doing. So we need to do some more research. I'm trying to look at the chat at the same time. Doop doop. Yeah. Someone also brought up maybe adding like a 2-pack or a 4-pack to the Steam store.
Toward the enemy.
We'll absolutely take that into consideration, and if that's possible, then
Repairing.
we will see if that's something we can do.
Yes.
Let's see. Are there random thrall camps that allow your Conan to go out and knock them out and drag them
Quarry
back to your base to
complete.
train them? Unfortunately, not.
No, there is
That-
creeps on the map that you could go punch for experience. However, we do bring the thrall experience to you, the player, as a structure that you can build. So you can build a what's that thing called?
The Wheel of Pain.
Wheel of Pain. Yes.
Yes.
Build the Wheel of Pain next to your hovels, and that will actually increase your thrall resource. You could also build it next to the training ground, and it will actually cause training to be sped up.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So there's a little bit of a proximity bonus there. Let's see. Oh, you're already researching that? Hells yeah. All right, let's get some units out here.
I'm also gonna build a healing font over there.
Okay,
So
so
we got
they
a bandit camp. That was
Yeah, you did.
amazing.
have you leveled up yet?
No,
Oh,
Conan's very close to it.
You're about to pop.
Yeah, Conan's about to pop.
We'll never say that again. Not out loud. See.
All right, so Woxy has a good question again. Does building placement matter? Are there special buildings that affect others in an area?
Yeah, as kind of mentioned before, like for example, the Wheel of Pain is one of them, right? Like, you'd want to build, depending on what you wanted, like if you wanted the thralls or you wanted the training speed up, you would kind of ahead of time make sure that you have enough space for this thing.
Yes.
Same with the marketplace. The marketplace is a structure that you can place near your housing, and it will actually generate more money. So the way that you kind of build your base does become an important thing for that structure as well. From there, like Biff, Super Biff, you could correct me here, but there is reasons why you would build things. Either crap, they're gonna summon a bunch of skeletons.
Just kill him.
I'm trying.
Just gotta kill him first.
Yeah. I totally blanked. Okay. So yes, there is some reason to like kind of figure out how you want to like lay out your base. Is there an optimal way? I don't. At least this guy's not aware of how optimal it is. I'm sure the guys on the Discord would tell me. Tell me otherwise.
Is there a zoom in, zoom out? Yes, there is. We can zoom
Yeah.
in and zoom out.
And then you could further zoom out if you're able.
Yep.
With the button. All right, so that worked out, right? Okay.
Yes.
That's another thing too. When the waves when the waves are coming or when they're actually here, there's actually in the tracker it tells you how many units are left in that wave, so you can kind of keep track of like what's left.
Should I build a Wheel of Pain?
We have 33 thralls, so I don't know. I think you just want to. You just want to see.
Kind of. I want to show people what the Wheel of Pain looks like.
Show them the Wheel of Pain.
Yeah, it's too late now. I built a Soul Collector.
Wow. Okay. Now the Soul Collector is kind of cool. Basically, you want to build that where there's going to be a lot of death, and you will be able to collect souls, which then later are used in sorcery.
Oh.
So you could build like I think we're gonna have to search into it. What's up?
I should have built this in a different location then.
What did you build it next to the? Yeah, you did build it next to. Yeah. Yes.
Like here.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. The better places are like wherever your walls are. You kind of want to put it near there because then you know, the wave hits the wall, you slaughter them, and you collect their souls.
Nice.
Easy peasy. Where the hell's all my units? All right. Dude, this Infernal Lord is almost halfway.
Yes, I'm trying to avoid blocking corridors, but it's sometimes difficult. So like right here, for example, they won't be able to run through, which means they'll have to run all the way around.
Soul Collector complete.
Yeah, and that's also a thing too, like that Wokes was kind of referring to. Like base layout does become a thing too. Like, okay, how do I make sure that I don't cause these traffic jams and trying to get from one side of my base to the other?
Yeah.
And that's something that you'll also have to like deal with as later on in the game you're going to want to expand out, but then expanding out means that you kind of leave yourself. You know, you're not going to have, you're going to have to use the units that you have. You're going to want to veterans them up. But that also means that you're going to have to like run across and just try to kind of maintain. I'm about to kill this Infernal Lord. So, or die trying. Oh, I think it's neat. Let's see what it gives me.
Constructing.
Oh, you did it already. Wow.
Shout, bro. Point of bell. Sweet. So whenever I kill things, they'll just generate money for me. All right, you know,
that's a good one.
It's a good one, money-wise. I'm horrible with my money. Like, I would have preferred something more aggressive. Fine, that's fine. There's another Infernal Lord on the map. Maybe I could go after the Basilisk.
Do we have workers in this game, or do the houses just build themselves? So the houses will just sort of rise out of the ground, but there is a thrall resource that you need in order to be able to build certain buildings. And to train soldiers. So like I can't train a javelin soldier without having thralls available to sort of train into javelin soldiers.
Yeah, and I also believe too, like when you build some of the offensive towers, you will use thralls in order to use that.
Yes.
Which we are. Oh, I have a market now. Sweet.
Training
we do.
complete.
I'm gonna let's see. Oh, I don't have enough yet.
Okay, we've got horsemen coming in, so this is going to be interesting.
Where are they coming from? Oh, snap. Did you see where they were coming from?
Southwest and northwest.
Of course. Right where I put in the new plaza. Oh, look at you collecting souls and shit. Oh,
Let's see if any of this actually works, though.
It's working so far.
Why do we wait?
Looks like Conan's doing pretty well.
Oh shoot, they're from the south?
Yeah, they're coming in from the south too.
Oh, we kind of left our... That Wheel of Pain attracted these guys, man. I'm kidding. Oh snap, you know what?
You what? Oh, we're getting brutalized.
How much do we have for the stream?
So, for people asking Conan Exiles questions, we're not really taking Conan Exiles questions because, well, we're talking about Conan Unconquered. However, we are still working on Conan Exiles. This game is being made by a different studio named Petroglyph, and so no development on Conan Exiles hasn't been affected by development on this game. So, if you are a Conan Exiles player and you still want us to work on Conan Exiles, well, that's still happening. So there's nothing to worry about there.
And side note, like some of these, like for example, the flying bat demon dude from Conan Exiles from the beginning can actually be found in this game. Like that's one of the things that also helped out our sped up the development, was that we were actually able to take assets from I think Exiles and what is it, Unleashed, the MMO as well.
Age of Conan.
Age of Conan, that's what it was.
Yes.
Age of Conan as well, which kind of helped out in kind of keeping this in the same universe, right? Like,
yep.
Of course, we had to like modify some things because those have way more polys than you would ever need for an RTS.
All right, let's see. We've got some souls. I'm building an enclave because I just want to see what it looks like.
All right, we're gonna need that. We're gonna need that stone, because then we're gonna need that iron, and then we're gonna need that stuff. Sweet comment.
Do you get to choose the hero you want at the start? Yes, you do. So there's 2 heroes in the base game, and then there's a bonus hero and a skin for Conan in the deluxe edition. So in the base game, you get to choose between Conan and Valeria, and then in the deluxe edition, there's also Calanthes, who's a sorcerer.
Mm-hmm.
And there's also there's a skin for Conan called King Conan skin.
Engineer training
there's a
research
dude
started.
here now. I'm gonna go after him.
Punch him in the throat.
Resources stolen.
Blackback says maybe we should build some walls.
I'm building.
Quarry
This
under
black
attack.
bad guy just jerk.
Enclave
I'd go yell at him
completed.
in his office.
Oh man, okay, I can't build there yet. Any war animals? Sort of. So you can build. I'm gonna pause it again just to explain some things. You can build a stockyard, which gives you light cavalry. I'm actually gonna bring up the
the main. Oh, there you go. Do it.
I brought up the tech tree so people can see it. So let's see if I can find. There's engineer training, light defensive scholar training. Boop-a-doop. Oh, where's the stockyard? I really should have practiced this before I came here. Economics, yeah. So stockyard, that gives you light cavalry, and then there are also heavy cavalry. There's different types of archers. There's pikemen. There are priestesses, which you can. I think you can generate devotion with them, so you can summon the avatar. Zeal. Sorry. And so yeah, there are heavy cavalry and like light cavalry, which sort of function as war animals. All right, let's get back into it.
Quarry under attack.
Alright, what's coming?
Kill my quarry.
Fire. Alright, I'm gonna build a market.
I'm gonna make a wall.
Oh, I love how you
Constructing.
put the wheel of pay next to my neighborhood.
Well, yeah, because your workers need to be more, you know.
What message are you sending there? Okay, alright.
You just need your workers to get in line and just do stuff.
Fine.
Oh, I need more gold. Can you train guys in my buildings?
Wall complete.
So can you train sorcerers now, for example?
I need, okay, so I'm gonna need my own training ground. But basically what you unlock, I will have. So yes,
Right.
I am able to build sorcerers, but we need that sweet star medal.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, and we're currently at very low star medal right now.
Non-existent.
Sorry. So, Deadly Yeah, go on.
Engineer
No, that's
training
it.
research.
Yeah. Deadly Optics asks if there's where is it? Damn it. Sorry. Yes, if there's a building that expands storage capacity or resources.
Attack wave approaching.
Well, the fortress is basically that, but there is research that you can do. Let's see, I think that's in the. I want to say that's in the Warfare Guild. Yeah. Oh no. The second one is storage upgrade 2.
Structure raised.
So yes, there is a way to upgrade that cap.
Repairing.
Right.
The other one. Heavy defenses, advanced training. Okay. Yeah. So expanded storage is found. The first one is found in the Engineer Guild. Which direction are they coming from?
What?
Which direction are they coming from? Like I totally.
They're coming from northeast, east, southeast, and southish. So this is gonna be.
Wow, we're gonna. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. We'll be fine. This is fine. Nothing's on fire yet.
No fishing. No, there's no fishing, unfortunately. If you're into that sort of thing. Oh, they're coming from the north.
Structure burning.
There's a fire dude coming from the north.
I like how, oh Lord. No fishing, but please send your credit card numbers and social
Training
securities.
gentleman soldier.
Crap. All right, we may be panicking. It's only one fire, dude. No, okay. I'm not. I'm in this.
Nope.
Oh no! Get away!
So unfortunately, fire, if you build too close, then fire is just going to spread between all your buildings, and that's a fact.
And this goes back to Woke's question, like, do I need to plan out my base and does the
Yes, you
location?
do.
Yes.
Absolutely do.
This does become a thing. If things are too tight, you will experience fire everywhere. Now you can diminish the effect of the threat of fire by like leveling up. Like once you go into the next tier of clock houses will burn much. Oh, there goes that. Clock houses
goes that.
are harder than the dwellings and the mons. All right, I'm about to hit my button.
Good. Hit the button.
Hitting the button. Ooh. Look at all that money I'm making.
Oh wow, that's a lot of gold.
Right?
Holy hell.
Anything, you just make gold. It's
All right.
only like 15, but whatever.
We did
All
it.
right, 5. Oh, here comes a sandstorm.
Oh no, there's a sandstorm. All right. So are all waves random or are they set? So to
What?
speak?
All waves?
Yeah. So like,
What needs
will the first 3 waves of any scenario be the same or will they be different?
Now the way that the system's set up right now, we kept the first couple of waves. They're going to be very similar. Like once you start playing the game, you'll notice that it's very, you know, it'll just vary in numbers, but you usually get the same thing. Now later on as you go, the waves start getting more varied in the way that it may not always be the same. Like for example, one of our designers put in there's a small chance that you'll get an ostrich wave, right? And it's like a very rare thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, eventually after the first couple of waves, we do kind of start to just kind of throwing a little bit more random things at you.
Yeah, go ahead.
That's it.
Yeah. Wokesy's telling us to just smash out tents for the next few waves. I'm not sure if we're able to do that, but
let's see. I need. Well, the thing is that they wrecked the stupid. They killed my command tent, so I don't have the command to build the hovels. But he's right. Like we basically look at our income for gold. It's at 58. That's way below like what you want to have.
Yeah.
And also too, like for example, the units that you have also have an upkeep. So like if you start spamming units now, or even that horse you got there going there, friend, that's an expensive horse.
Yes.
Well, it's a pretty horse.
You know, rhinos are pretty too, but he's right. We do need some. We need some hovels. So I'm gonna start build. If you can build some battle standards. I built one down south.
Yeah, I can't right now. I don't have the cash for them.
Oh no, we got plenty of wood though.
Yeah, that's true.
Man, we wrecked our shenanigans.
Bless you, whoever that was.
That was another designer. Oh God, really? All right, and then that's the FX artist on the other side of the room.
Poor guy. Poor
Right.
guy. Are there any air units? Someone asks on.
Not for the player.
What?
But not for the player. Like the player doesn't get like gliders. However, there is a bat demon that the enemy waves get, and they will, you know, the benefit there is that they'll just, not the benefit, but I guess they will go over your walls and they will attack your stuff. Oh, here comes the sandstorm. Shoot.
Attack wave approaching.
Now, the thing that happens during the sandstorm is that we do lose, like I mentioned before, first of all, you lose the mini-map.
Yeah.
So it's there, but it's hard to see. And then all vision is reduced on all your units and structures, so you can't get far.
We actually don't know where anything is coming from right now.
No, so we're just kind of looking, like, if you look at our mini-map, you'll see that we're just kind of scrolling all over the place, trying to see which direction, because we're kind of open.
Yeah, we have very few walls. Oh, there's a dude.
There is a dude, but that's just a nomad. So he's not part of a wave. He's just some sort of jerk that decided that, you know, it's a good idea to attack you while you're being assaulted and your kingdom's falling. And he's that kind of jerk. All right, build some hovels if you can. I'm building hovels.
Can build some hovels. Well, there are people here somewhere.
I found them. Where's my pirate lady? There you go. Valeria.
Oh, there you go. Oh, giant spiders.
Yeah, don't worry.
Yeah, spider warning, I guess.
That's right.
Damn, can't you just... Oop, more spiders. I'm gonna bring my dudes
Oh,
up
there.
north.
Go up north, fool. Go up north.
Yeah, I'm going there. I'm going there.
Constructing.
Don't you worry. Here I come to save the dirt.
So, there was a question earlier about the corpses, if they disappear or not. Yes, they absolutely do. It'll take a while. But yeah, they will disappear. They generate disease, and then eventually they will disappear after a short while. Alright, Conan, get him.
Oh, they're attacking their HQ.
Go get him, Conan.
We cannot hold out much longer.
Alright, I got 30 before my ability's up, so I'm gonna go punch some dudes in the spears. Alright.
And then the sandstorm comes blowing in.
Fortress under attack.
Alright.
Yep.
Oh, we got people down there.
Man-tent
Yeah, we do.
complete. Animal resources stolen. Cannot repair.
Yeah, and the Super Biffy points out that if you build a camp follower tent, corpses can be removed faster.
Wheel of pain
Yep.
under attack.
You gotta make all that sweet skull jewelry, man.
Yeah.
It's not gonna make itself.
Oh wow, we actually already made it to about an hour, and we made it to wave 7. Okay, so there's a couple of enemies left.
No, actually, we killed them all.
Did we?
Basically, what's left is just
The sandstorm needs to blow through.
once that dissipates, we should get systems back online, sir.
All right.
Carmel.
I still hear enemy music though. Oh, there we go. Attack wave defeated. Nice.
The
Oh,
war
Right,
because
yeah.
we got nomads all over. Look at our mini map. All right, where are these jerks? Oh, well, you kind of got them, kind of. Let's see. What else can we talk about? Are we gonna try to play the full thing, or?
So we're at about the end of our hour, so I think maybe we should close off soon. But there was one question here from Vinny Strife again, who's pretty good at asking questions. Can your Conan get items, like a chance to find rare items from creeps, like legendary stuff? We can probably mention some of that and then start to wrap up.
Well, kind of like I mentioned before. Well, I guess I would ask, what do you mean items? Right now, what you can find, like for example, if you kill the guys on the mini map, the guardians, they will drop an artifact, and that artifact becomes an ability for your character, and each of your heroes could carry up to 2.
Attack wave gathering.
So I'm carrying 1 right now because I killed the Infernal Lord, and yes. So if you meant items by that, then yes, you could pick up some items.
I believe that's what they meant. So they're essentially sort of upgrades for your hero units.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna go after this infernal, fortress guardian over here, and then
which one? Let me
the
see.
one
This,
on the right. Yeah, that guy.
Okay. That one's gonna whoop your ass.
Is it?
Well, no, try. The thing is that they have different behaviors, and that one's kind of a jerk where it'll do a couple of things. It will summon like minions that make it stronger.
Right.
And you'll have to deal with them. And then eventually it generates this floating crystal thing that'll just heal it once it gets to a certain level. So he's usually the most involved, but he also has the sweetest drops. He's got a Breath of Ymir, which I like a lot. It basically puts out fires in a large area, which I think is pretty sweet. All right, I'm gonna kill this stupid bandit.
You will be able to send each other gold, I think, through the marketplace, but you can't send each other resources, right?
You can't. No, like the marketplace allows you to buy resources using gold, yeah, the only thing you're able to here, I'll send you 50.
Yeah. And I'll send you 50 back.
There you go. So yes, there you go. So you're able to do that there, and then whatever else you need, you could just buy. Wow, we have really fallen off the wagon here. Well, it is the wave. Okay, might as well build the engineering guild.
All my dudes are gonna die, unfortunately.
That is the worst band name ever, but yeah. Oh crap! My bad. My bad.
Attack wave approaching.
So yeah, you can only send gold through the marketplace, right? But you can sell your own resources. So I can just like start
Well,
clicking
you
here.
can buy resources with gold.
Yes.
Not selling off your resources.
Yeah, this is going terribly, and I'm gonna send my people back. The price of the game. So the starting price on Steam, I think, is $29.99. But you can just go to our Steam store page, and then you can find that. Let's see, where's the... There it was. It was on YouTube. Let me just send that quick message over there. Come on, send the thing. There we go. All right.
Toward the enemy.
Oh, Conan's almost dead.
Yes.
Yeah, so we actually need to start wrapping this up real quick because I have stuff to do. You have stuff to do. We're slowly encroaching on your workday. And there's some stuff coming on later that I have to take care of. But we can see what this next wave... Yeah, I see we're getting attacked. We can see what this next wave looks like, and then once that's over, we can wrap it up.
Battle standard destroyed.
Come on, Conan, get in there. Do your thing.
Pain under attack. Lumber camp under attack.
So your hero units aren't indestructible, but they will be able to, like they will respawn if they get taken.
Yeah.
So Conan here, if he dies, he'll be able to come back after fighting.
Wheel of pain under attack.
And then of course you get to keep their experience, so like you don't have to worry about that. If you're carrying any artifacts, you will drop the artifact where you died.
Right.
So that's...
Gate destroyed.
Oh, look at that silly little catapult. It's like, I gotta make a way for my friend.
Oh, my poor guys. My poor guys.
Shack destroyed.
We're gonna die at it.
Destroyed.
That's how this is gonna be.
Is this peer-to-peer matchmaking, or is it through servers?
Let's see. The matchmaking portion of it, you kind of do need to be connected to Steam. After that, it switches over to peer-to-peer. So you'll just, I mean, we haven't had that much lag. I mean, we're kind of like really far away.
So for those of you who don't know, I'm over in Norway, whereas Renato is over in Las Vegas, meaning that it's we're quite far away from each other.
We're like 9 hours away,
yes,
time zone wise.
Our time zone's fun.
Yeah. Yeah, they know. It looks like we're we're gonna.
No, our fortress is looking terrible. There we go.
That's another thing that's really cool. Like we got to use a lot of the music from, I think, a lot of the Conan games you guys already made.
Yes.
And it's awesome.
there is a lot of Knut Haugen music in Unconquered, and he's also made a new like main theme, which you hear when you start up the game, which is really, really awesome. So it's if you're one of our Conan Exiles or Age of Conan players, then you will absolutely hear some familiar tunes as you're playing.
Ooh, then I have a question, Mr. Publisher Guy.
Yes.
Will there be a soundtrack available for this game?
I need to double check my thing. Yes, if you buy the deluxe edition, you will get a digital game soundtrack.
That's kind of cool. Yeah. All right.
Oh, I actually beat your score by like 1,000. We're
savage. All right.
Funcom is on Spotify right now, so you can hear the Mutineer Zero soundtrack and the Conan Exile soundtrack on Spotify if you like those soundtracks. But for the time being, the Conan Unconquered soundtrack will only be available in the digital deluxe edition. So yeah, as you can see at the end here, everything gets tallied up: how many enemies we killed, how many waves we survived, units lost, buildings lost, hero veterancy, etc. And so if we were playing this or if I was playing the single player, I would be able to click a button that says generate challenge. Is that right?
Yes, generate challenge link.
Yeah, and then if I want to send that to a friend, they can just put that link into the game, which will pull up the same map, the same waves, and then I can essentially tell my players, hey, see if you can beat my score, which I think is a really neat little feature.
And if you want to, I don't know if you want to show them, like you could get out of the score area and go show them the challenge area, but basically you'll send out that link and it'll actually create a leaderboard. So like if you have 5 friends, you could actually see who's doing better at it. right? We figured that that'd be kind of a nice touch, especially if you're streaming and you want to do like contests and raffles and stuff. It'd be kind of neat, right? Especially since someone watched you play and then now they want to play the same map that you had and try to beat your score.
I think it's a really cool feature. I think it's really, really great.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna see if I can quickly answer a question that came up in chat about Conan Exiles.
Do it.
Soundtrack. I actually don't think that's available anymore because I do believe we removed that edition. But you can still hear it on Spotify if you want to do that. All right, I think that's about it for today. Thank you to everyone who joined us in chat, both on Twitch, on Mixer, on Periscope, and on YouTube. Thank you everyone for sending in your questions. It's been great. It's been a good stream, I think.
Good.
Thank you to Renato for joining.
Yeah, thanks for having me. And again, we're super grateful that the game's coming out and we're excited and scared all at the same time. Yeah. Thanks, guys.
And I'm also gonna just pick another winner from the giveaway that we did earlier because I'm not gonna roll the whole raffle thing again. I'm just gonna pick a winner. So you don't have to type exclamation point raffle. I'm just gonna click pick winner. So unfortunately, if you came in late and you didn't join in the previous thing, then unfortunately you won't be eligible. I'm gonna click this button, and the winner is a reject on Twitch. I'm gonna click this button and say congratulations.
Congratulations! Congratulations! Congratulations!
Congratulations.
I'm very sorry. It's not that big.
The check is in the mail.
It appears that they have left.
And pick another winner, right?
Chat. So I need to pick another winner.
Do it. Press that button. Wait, can they even hear me anymore?
Yeah, they can still hear you.
Okay.
Let's see. The winner now is Poker Trader. Let's see if Poker Trader is still here. Yes, they are. Absolutely. Congratulations, Poker Trader. Click the button again.
Congratulations! Congratulations!
And we will get all your information.
Congratulations!
Congratulations.
Congratulations!
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Oh, I love that button. I really do love that button. All right. Let's see how things are going. So yeah, thank you so much everyone for joining us in the various chats, and thank you, congratulations to both of our winners. We will send you a key for Conan Unconquered once the game launches, and we will get all your information over on Twitch. And yeah, so the game launches next week. We're excited. Petroglyph is excited, I hope. And so yeah, it's been good. Keep watching the tweets and the Facebooks and the all that kind of good stuff for more information as it comes out. And we will most likely see you guys in about a week for another for a launch stream, basically.
Oh Lord.
And, yeah. But until then, see you around.